Okay, so today we'll be making another tile. Yesterday I mentioned how that didn't exactly work out because the microphone wasn't working. I should really check that on. Okay, thank God. I should start checking that from now on. Now I already have the image size made, and that is because Gimp for some reason doesn't record any pop-up windows. Like if I select a color, you don't really see that here. It pops up a second window, and for some reason OBS just doesn't like recording that. So it's kind of sad, but what can you do? Basically my idea today is this door tile. For some reason I haven't really seen any doors. I guess it's kind of a recognizable object, so it kind of makes sense, but it's still weird how no one has really ever made a door, just like in general, or at least I haven't seen any. So yeah, I'm planning on having a window kind of like this in the room. Just quickly do that. Guess I could explain the size things while I'm here. Every geometry tile of a tile is 20 pixels by 20 pixels. So for example, this is one tile in geometry. Every tile is primarily made up of three colors, blue being the highlights, green being the base, and red being shadow. This is the darker part of the palette, lighter part, and normal color. There's also effect colors, but I'm not gonna be using those today. So yeah, tiles are actually pretty simple to make. If you're wondering what I was doing right there, I have no fucking idea. I just wanted to have a little screw like this. Let's place these in every corner of the door. This tile is 4 by 7, 4 tiles wide and 7 tiles high. Tall, fuck. How do I make this look interesting? I know not like a flat plane. Let me get a reference image. I knew I had one somewhere, give me a moment. No, it is just a flat plane, even in the reference image. Huh. I guess I'm going to mention how every tile needs this little black pixel at the top. Just like a single layer filled and there's just a black pixel. For some reason, if this isn't included, the tile just doesn't work. So, wonderful coding for coding. How's that look? Okay, well that looks pretty neat. Like that's about the best I'm going to get. Now we copy and paste this right here. Essentially, the reason I'm removing the frame on the second sublayer— oh right, well, I forgot to explain. So tile sublayers are stacked on each other vertically like this. So this will be the top, this is the sublayer below it, and then down here I have space for 2 more sublayers. I'm removing this frame that I put on the top sublayer because this way it actually looks like this way it will look like a frame on all sublayers, because this would just make the shadow part extend around the entire side of it. Same with the blue part, but this way it's more of a wireframe look. I guess that's the best way to put it. And now this will be the part where I close. Okay, I forgot to do that. And then copy it one last time. You know, copy this one last time. Grab the green. And this should be it. That was a lot quicker than I thought it would be. I guess it was still 10 minutes, so do with that what you will, but I think this looks pretty nice. Now down here, instead of 20 by 20, in 16 by 6, in a 16 by 16 grid, there is the tile previews. No, that's right. So basically, if you don't have tile graphics turned on, this is what the tile will look like in the level editor, or just how it looks in the official and community level editors. So it's pretty important to include this. It's fully black, that's the only color that it takes. What the fuck? Oh no. Oh, that's not that one. What was it? What was it? What was it? No, not that. Tool option. Alright, there we are. Oh my god. So sorry for that mild hiccup. I guess a simple preview like that will work. Now we just export this. Again, you won't see this, which I guess it's for the better because then you don't see my files. I'm just gonna call this wall door. Tile names have to be unique, probably, most likely. I am not sure about that, but I'm going to play it safe and just have it as something unique. I'm also going to save this. And yeah, let's just go on to the init editing, which should be simple. Alright, now we're in the init. This is my every tile needs to be put into a category. I made my own. The color has to be unique if you make your own. You can just put it in like any category though. The only reason I have mine is because I like to have my own. These lines of text are all, well, their own tiles. So it starts off with their name. You can copy this basically from any other tile. I just copied it from this one. I called the image wall door, so that's what this has to be named. The size is the size of the image. I think it goes X and Y, which means this is how wide it is and this is how tall it is. Specs is the geometry. Now mine is going to be completely solid, so this goes 1 1 1 1. This is the solid geometry number. I can pull up all of the numbers for what is the slope, what the air is, and stuff like that. It goes 4 numbers because it's 4 tiles wide, and since I copied it from a 4x4, there's 4 of these. So I'm just going to need to paste 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then this is the last one. Hope this is somewhat understandable, but again, there has to be a number in this clump for every for how wide it is. So, you know, 4 tiles wide, so 4 numbers, and then with a space you go down 1 height. Okay, that was phrased weirdly, but basically the first tile of height, second, third, and so on and so on. Alright, so this is the same thing but for layer 2 tiles, I guess. I haven't done any tiles that extend to layer 2, so I always have this on 0. This is what type of tile it is. 99.9% of the time you're going to use voxel struct, so this doesn't really matter. There are a couple of other ones, but they're like kinda specific use cases. This is repeat layer. This is how many times every sublayer will get repeated. So let's see. I have 1 2 3 4. I'm on the first and last ones to be repeated once. That came out weird. What? Let's see. Let's do 3 sublayers for that, and that will be 4, 5. So this will need to be 5. This is 6, 4. Okay, that's 10 sublayers. So this is the first frame. I mean, this is like the window door frame. This is the one where it still had the gap. This is where the gap is closed, and then this is the back panel. Buffer tiles or BF tiles. This is how many tiles around the geometry. Alright. Some tiles extend outside of their geometry, and this is essentially controls how many tiles that is in the image. So if this was 1, I would have to add another space, another tile of space essentially around the entire thing, and then I can, whatever I draw there or whatever I put there, extends out of the geometry but it's still part of the tile. Random is how many variations there are of the tile. You know, most common example for this would be sine, signs, they have a lot of variations. Even if you don't have any random variations, you still have to add one. PT position, this is irrelevant outside of the official evaluator, and I frankly have no idea what it does. And lastly, tags. Tiles can have tags. The most common one I use is not trash prop, because I don't want my door to show up in large trash. It like you know, or pillars and stuff. It's oh please, if you're making a sign, please put this in. There are so many signs on the repos that just don't have it. I had to manually go into every single sign, basically almost all sign categories, to add this, because my large trash kept having what is it, effect color in it, which is the light or plant, I guess. It's so annoying. But yeah, this is basically everything in here that we needed. So now we're going to go into Rain and see if it works or if it doesn't. Yay! Alright, as you can see, we're now in Rain. I haven't checked it yet. We go into Tiles, and mine's at the bottom, my category is at the bottom, and there it is, the door. Let me just quickly make a test level for this. Alright, now let's see it in game. I really have to like disable Watcher. These load times are getting fucking ridiculous. I've been staring at the screen for 5 minutes. I'm just trying to make a video. Like, did you see how long that region took? I don't wanna spend this long of a time fucking loading an Acer Ridge region. Number 8 billion. Oh my god. And it's still going. Oh my god, I had the audio recording set to Gmod. Why? Why does everything have to be broken when I have motivation to do this? Let's find a good palette. That's a better palette. And as you can see, we have successfully made a tile. Yay! And there's not really much more to be said. If you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, and subscribe. Why that's the only issue. Yeah, if you have any variety content ideas, comment them. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!